Nallah Cole holds a bachelor's degree in accounting and information management from the University of Texas, Dallas, and a master's of business administration from Southern New Hampshire University. She's also a banking professional with over 15 years of experience. Nallah worked at Wells Fargo Bank in Charlotte, North Carolina. Since relocating to Sierra Leone 2 years ago to join her husband, Nallah has worked hard to establish a non-profit organization called Puzzle Pieces Sierra Leone that seeks to help raise awareness about autism and funds to assist schools in Freetown and Sierra Leone as a whole that supports children with autism. As one of the founders of Puzzle Pieces, Nallah is working passionately to increase Sierra Leoneans' awareness, understanding, acceptance, and support, emotionally, mental, and financial, for children on the autism spectrum. Nallah is also the head of internal audit at Vista Bank Sierra Leone Limited. She's passionate about her family and enjoys interior decorating during her spare time. Stay safe, COVID is real. Welcome to Real Talk Show with Aline Keister. I am your host, Aline Keister. I'll be right back after this.
Let's watch the Real Talk with Aline TV show by our very own daughter of Sierra Leone, Aline Keister.
Welcome back to Real Talk with Aline TV show. Today we're talking about autism. I know you don't understand what autism is. Well, most of you may not get it. However, in local terms, we know we can call out fufu, aflaun, say the Pekinga debu and things like that. But no, it's called autism. And of course, today I have a parent who has a son who's autistic, and she wants to help talk to Sierra Leonean parents about autism. So help me welcome Nallah Cole. Welcome, Mrs. Cole.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. This is really important. Nallah, I think I want to let we people that really understand this particular topic where we did talk about twin autism. About a year ago, now you actually do an article. We really go around social media. For the first time, you actually talk about your son, who's Mahmoud. How old is Mahmoud now?
Mahmoud is 9.
Is 9, about all the experiences. And of course, all of a sudden, everybody else, they go through that and they actually begin to reach out for you. You reach out to you for say, oh my God, I'm going through this, but you were bold enough to say, it is what it is. But most people in Sierra Leone, of course, don't quite get it. We're fortunate for the Obayanda, like me with my background in psychology as well. I've worked with autistic kids, so I know what it is. So when I see one, I know. But Salon, as far as I'm concerned, when I see an autistic child, they make so, fufu, flown, the one not like the most, I would say, this will get debo. So help me, for a lot of break and down to people then first, what's in autism?
Autism is a neurobehavioral condition, basically a mental condition where they affect people the way that they communicate. They can get developmental delays, and just some of them can get repetitive behavior.
Okay. But
with man don't put her now in a spectrum, because you get different people that can get autism and they look completely different. Okay. You get some people that were seriously severe, some not even talk, non-verbal.
Okay.
You get some mild, you get some moderate. Then you get some high-functioning ones them. People that like Steve Jobs. Okay. People that like Einstein. They are all on the autism spectrum. Some of them super, super brilliant.
Right.
But then can get what we would say socially awkward. They're not able to socialize much, or they're not able to hold conversations. They get passionate about certain things then. So now I make them say it's a spectrum. You can see one person with autism, you see another one, and then they behave and act totally differently. But the common characteristics where you find in there all is they can find them very difficult for socialize, and also some of them get learning or developmental delays.
Okay. Yeah. So I don't understand what's in autism. For Salon, like I say, we get people where to go through them, but we parents are not able to understand, or maybe just they ignore them, because no matter what, we all want a perfect child. However, you will get the experience. Like I said, we're doing it for the people. Now, anything spiritual?
No, I not believe in anything spiritual. And also, you know me personally.
Right.
Me, while I've been pregnant, I'm not... Well, normally, if me not supposed to drink much, you know that. Before I say, well, I'm pregnant now, I not drink, I not smoke, I not do drugs. But to this day, the science behind it, they still not know what's in the cause am.
Okay.
Then still not know what's in the cause of am, and there's still no cure for it.
Okay.
So what I can do now, then just to try for get people that will get autism, for do therapy, for train them in a way that when themselves big, they're able for live an independent life. You know, so like me know say there's no cure for autism, and they still do research for understand what's in really the cause am, but there's really no
anything particular we go say na
this person do and this person do. And yes, we all religious, you know, salon na country where we dey pray, we're Muslim, we're Christians, and a lot of times we tend for where something or they go the way we want for good and say na witch.
Exactly.
On a devil, you know, and me there is so many stories them way unbelievable, like can go left picking in a bush.
Yes.
And middle nets, then say then where the animal they eat and say na the devil don't come back for the picking. Then they lock them some picking in a house all day. They not they allow them for interact with other people. Then they shame. But I think it got to do with stigma. A lot of Sierra Leoneans they're not comfortable for come out. Acceptance now at the first point.
Okay.
You get to accept say there is an issue. For let you try for figure out what you for do for help the child. But if you not accept no problem. I've been get one lesson teacher where even the tutor my son and he say one picking me they struggle in school. So the principal pull on to the side and say you picking really they struggle, but we not really not get the resource for help you picking. We think say get autism. And said the parent holla make all kind noise. Na lie, nothing not do the picking, move and come on at the school, care on another school. You know, so if you're not even able to accept say something is you know wrong or this is not a typical developing child, how are you going to do something to fix it or help?
And I think that you know you clearly say acceptance, and then they make all this witch talk they come out, spiritual talk they come out, and then at the end of the day it almost seems like you know it's the parents and things like that, but it's not. Clearly, like you say, you nobody drink, you don't smoke, we know you, so and I even get for do with all of that, so we can't really explain it. But either way, like I say, we all want a perfect child. So that feeling where you end up realizing you son be autistic, how did you feel?
Well, I'll go a little bit behind before that. My son was from where born, so about, I go say 1.5 to 2. Okay. Typical normal developing child. He sit down 4 months, he crawl 6 months, he walk 9 months. If they talk, they say mommy, daddy. Then we move from America, we can salon. At that time, I've been working at Adax na McKinney. Okay. And then from 1 now, or 1.5 to about 2, we notice a big change. You know, they make eye contact again. If you touch me, son, they Allah. And now I let person touch him. They want for they watch the same shows over and over. He want for the steam, like he get one toy way, like for he still does it anyway, the steaming. You know, so then at the time McKinney school not been there they accept children under 2. Me party go big one principle for me na SOS. Because we been feel to say na because you're the only child, now you one day na host with nannies, now make you know they talk. Then even in speech, they talk the thing the way before they say at that age, it not been the same. In speech, we really don't begin to get delayed. So we feel so okay. Well, I'll put on a school, let mingle within company, we'll see some growth, and we did that. We begged the principal. I mean, even they put for the teacher extra because he was sort of the baby in the class. And I still will not see much improvement. Luckily for me, I've been get the opportunity. I go to America, so I make the evaluator. Okay. And that's when we found out he was on the autism spectrum. At first, what's in anemia? Myself no understand.
No understand. Imagine, I know, right?
Yeah, what's in autism? I don't know get nobody in our family we me aware of, both on my husband's side and my own side, we get autism. So it was a little bit devastating when we hear, you know, what it is about and some of his struggles them way it face. It was, I'm not gonna lie, it was. I don't even know the right word to put it into context. It was tough.
I bet.
It was tough.
Especially growing up normal and you're thinking all is well and then all of a sudden, bam. Right. You know, and that was the only channel at the time and everything else. Wow. I bet it was.
It was tough.
But at any point, did you feel like, okay, maybe it was my fault? Like you say, you not being know what autism was. Let me put it that way. So at any point, you were like, you know what, maybe something on me, or maybe something is IB, or you know what I mean?
I mean, I begin consider if Nani Ibandong something not tell me. At one time, I've been they consider because there's this, although it's not proven, some people like can say vaccines can affect picking their way, but the Centers for Disease Control dispute say it's not a fact.
Not that.
You know, so you begin to wonder, but just like how somebody go take injection, it reacts different per person, another person take it reacts different. You know, so you really don't know. Like I said, the cause to this date, nobody don't know waiting they cause autism. But yeah, there was a time I mean they think, oh my God, something now the vaccine or when me don't give the bobo. And you know America, so when they give vaccine to picking and something the one day na 3-4 different ones then they give. You know, or something na nani do iba and not tell me. You know, you start to you begin think all kind of different things then. But I not ever felt like guilty because I know say me not hurt me picking or I not do anything willfully for hurt me picking. So I not been feel guilty. But I did question, me and my husband in question, like what side this they come up from? Like what is this?
What is this?
Yeah.
Oh wow. So when that happened, did you know if you were gonna tell the world, or at that minute say, you know, like we see some people that they keep them picking in their oaths and things like that. Was it a moment where you were like, you know what, I'm just gonna keep my child to myself, I'm not gonna tell anyone? Or right then you feel like for say, I think after a while I'm gonna start, you know, talking about autism?
To be honest, at that time, I not even will not be even ever they consider this organization or for announce to the world. It was just what we can do for help me bobo.
Okay.
At that time.
At the time, okay.
But we tell family. We tell family members. So because, you know, let themselves know they see the pickings and then they think, say, now we know they do something, now we know they train them, or now we know they this. And also, if we're not there around, how for work with them, how for communicate with them, how for talk to them, how for play with them. So, but initially, no, I not even get that, it not even come to mind for say, okay, we want to tell the world about it. Because we say not even understand what it is. We say being for do your research, ask questions, talk to the specialists, talk to other parents, then we don't go through similar, you know, we're just trying to, what can we do to help my child at that point?
Which is important.
Yeah.
But that child, I don't want you to go anywhere because I'll be back after this.
Let's watch the Real Talk with Aline TV show by our very own daughter of Sierra Leone, Aline Kistar.
Welcome back to Real Talk with Aline TV show. Catch us every week on AYV TV, FTN, AfriRadio, and 98.1. If you're an Android user, don't forget to download my app, Real Talk with Aline. Also, follow me on YouTube and subscribe to my channel, Real Talk with Aline. On social media, it's Real Talk with Aline. If you just walked in, today we're talking about autism. Of course, you probably think, what's not autism? The best way I can able to put out for you understand is, you know where parents can get autistic picking in a salon as far as they're concerned, call her a flaun for food, say you get that boo, they go you turn her back in a bush, all the internet. But of course I have Mrs. Cole here who has an autistic child where they decide for, you know, we'll go talk about foundation, but decide for speak out, like I said, a year ago, for many people that know, say, I have an autistic child, and this and the other way, other parents actually begin come out now. So in Sierra Leone, you know, the awareness don't begin to go. People, you know, it on the rise. People that don't begin to. I know another set of 2 young ladies as well, where they, you know, they focus always about autism and things like that. Before we get to puzzle pieces, which we get for talk about when I don't do really well, with Mahmoud, your son, who is 9 years old, I would say, what's the range ide? Because I know with, you know, with autism, you have different types
spectrum,
of. So it's a spectrum, yeah.
My son mild, moderate.
Okay.
His own autism not severe. But with that said, it still gets some challenges them where it is struggle with. Where some it overcome now since 3 years old, yes. For 3 years straight, me born a rice and cassava leaf no more been they eat. Cassava leaf no they ever done na me house. Before I they pull the last bowl na freezer, they cook big pot soup.
Back.
That's all he ate. I mean, he go drink juice, he go drink water, he go eat fruits, but his main food na rice and cassava leaf. Try for picture than in America, where you go restaurant, you go na people there host,
imagine.
where the only food where you picking they eat. na rice and cassava leaf. So why they go parties, why they go to a farm bowl, either I don't eat bell full now. It depends if I go long, but I always get for pack in lunch bowl with rice inside.
Because they
they able to tolerate any other food. It's
Okay.
a sensory issue for them.
Oh.
If you force them, you go see vomit. Sometimes they go taste the food, they able to swallow them.
Okay.
But I'm happy for saying now, I mean, it
They eat
eats
different
potato
food
leaf,
there.
it eats cassava leaf, it eat chicken, it eat pizza, it eat sweet bread. I mean, in diet don't grow significantly from 2-3 years ago.
You know, well, maybe coming to Sierra Leone, and that's something you need to smell the cassava leaf boku. Sometimes, yeah, so anytime past this smell cassava leaf, instead of going tired, I say no, let me try something else. With mild and moderate, like you say, we eat, you know, with going out because of the food. That's one thing, but to be able for them to mingle with other kids, because I know with the spectrum, you have people that like to mingle. You know, of course, they make a lot of noise. Some people then just like they're very just antisocial, like say socially awkward. With him, how he be able to deal with other kids?
If now people the way he use, like in causing them, his sibling them, picking them, he use them, they play fine with them.
Oh, okay.
He go, although I go say overall, he like they by himself, generally. He go in a corner, he not they ambog nobody. To be honest, he's a very good child. He not they give me boku talk, you know, able. But most times he play by himself. He go in a one corner, he Steam, or he in an iPad or something like that. But where he use in causing them, they play with them, okay, or they carry on. And he loves music, or if now party we go music, they play with like you go see and they dance. But he still struggles to engage with people.
Okay.
Since we moved to salon, we don't know that many people. Even when they can invite him to a birthday party, you go. If you notice, he can in a corner.
Oh yeah.
He
Yeah.
didn't
That's
buy
my
himself.
mood.
But if you engage him, he go talk. And at that day, people they no know. You know.
So he speech, so he can
He
talk
dey talk.
really well.
He dey
Okay.
talk. Again, before we get to this stage now, there was a time where in speech not been very good.
Okay.
I've been there for do speech therapy with 2 times for week. All kind of therapy I do early. For the day, I mean the tell with them in first diagnose and when they go school, I've been they drive almost 3.5 hours a day.
Really?
The school where I've been there for care and go now 1 hour one way. I get for go pick and back. I get for care and go therapy. So it was a lot. And me money in the salon at the time, and me one day under the runner up
The
and
run
down
up
just
and down.
4 years. But with a few years of therapy now, they talk. They talk clearly, they communicate clearly. I mean, if you want something, you go tell me. If something they bother, I go tell me. You know, now I don't begin to jump back talk on. Now me and my husband, we can say, "Oh my God, where did that?" You know, we can really surprise. The other day, Papa, you know, they joke with us. I say, "Mama, can't pull my shoes for me, can't untie my shoes for me." I say, "But I didn't put it on."
Really?
Yeah, you know. So in speech, that will really improve.
Oh,
thank
that's
God,
good.
yeah.
So you made a major decision coming to Sierra Leone with an autistic child. Imagine we not even get the facility. You know, you see what I mean? And now you and a set of people are actually trying to do things. Now, through you, make I know so we even get an autistic school now, where school for special needs. And, you know, all the internet, and now me self no say all this that happen. Making that decision, you know, of course, I'm pretty sure you put your child first. Did you do your research before you decided to come, or you just say, Lago Salon, and just switch the things that will change around? I know if you know, you know, seriously.
No, definitely not. First of all, now how I go holiday, like I say, now we go make now me self go for make the evaluate my mood, because for McKinney we not begin to say, you know, they will say for the regress. So when the results come out and say get autism, I mean, me and my man, obviously we talked about it. Say, Nallah, where you stay behind, let Mahmoud get all the help we can possibly get. This was in 2014. You know, we not know how long it could take. You know, there's no, like I said, there's no cure for it. You try different therapies, see if it will work. So we had to sacrifice a lot. We sacrificed marriage. You know, at the time we wanted to have a second child, and you see how long it took before my daughter came. It took what, 3 more years or 4 more years, because my husband not been there with me. So it wasn't, so moving back to Sierra Leone wasn't like, oh no, I just go. We've been done after several years of therapy, and we see the development, the improvement na Mahmoud in life. We felt more comfortable for us to follow we family reunite again. And then also, even the effect, even in the Mahmoud, the fact that in Papa not been there with we. Tell me not begin reach now, whenever in daddy travel, when daddy wang for Canton, by the Mahmoud they ask her every day, like, wake up school if you go see him, Papa. One 10 day, Papa they tell him, Papa they tell him goodbye. Say, Mama, you come to school, I go don't go, I no go don't come back. Oh no, daddy don't go. Don't go. Now I said, Mama, I got to go walk. I mean, that day, and Papa broke down and cried. Now Mama would say, no, wait. He run go. This is not somebody with autism, or the reason. Wow. He run go upstairs. He go bring him piggy bank. He said, Daddy, you not get for work. Look, I get money. Oh. Me man cried that day. At that point, I said, no, you guys have to come home. And also, that way me man kind of left, that first few weeks, it can take a toll on Mahmoud. He can very sad, he down, he missing Papa, you know. So as much as it been better for the America in terms of the therapy, because early intervention is very important. All the therapies, them, a better way to do it with the picking younger. But if you don't reach a stage, they count, they read small, they write. We know say, then they don't teach with techniques them on waiting for do for the support them. So we made the decision that we go give them a try and see if it works out, fine. If it doesn't work out, then we'll make another plan on waiting for the full family. All right.
So well, with you now and your family, I would say you're fortunate because America, you know, played a role. But for the one that we did now, so I think maybe now that make the frustration day because they probably not get access to speech therapy or whatever their own case may be, you know, with the things on itself are put in place. When I think about all of that.
For the organization?
For the organization, yeah.
Yes. We short-term objective really first now for raise awareness. Talk about autism. What's in autism? You know, let people then get the, you know, and this stigma, let people then not afraid or shame for talk about it. Say me picking a problem, or I need help. You know. And like if I'm not being share me blog, so man not being gonna say school day. And the school where me over they go not in one day. There's another one where they deal with most severe kids. Because Penn Special Needs School. Then it is Eastern. But if you don't talk, nothing will change. If you don't talk, you not go get help. Me myself me not to any. I'm not going to say I'm an autism specialist. Matter of fact, I not study science in school. I'm just a parent, and my experience is when we don't go through how they share. See, it might help a child or another parent. You know, so that's our short-term goal first now for raise awareness and raise funds for help the schools them where they support them picking here so. But long-term, what we really plan for them, and COVID really ambog we. Yeah, I should say I'm a lot of businesses too. We plan for bringing specialists them.
So just pause right there because we got to dive into puzzle pieces. I don't want you to move because I'll be back after this.
Let's watch The Real Talk with Aline TV show by our very own daughter of Sierra Leone, Aline Kistar.
With this new season, of course, I have an exciting segment for you dealing with the celebs. It's called Celeb Spies. You want to see what they're doing today? Check it out.
Hello, Richie.
How you do?
How you do?
Good.
What's up, you? I want to go inside now.
Hey, I want to put camera now, so quick one. Now it's it.
No worry, now something simple. Anyway, this is a real talk with Aline TV show, and we do, of course, Celeb Spies.
Anything there now, but they tell people, yeah.
You see this bag? So take right here. Real talk with Aline.
No, I know it's not Aline Kistar and show this, I know.
Okay,
but
so
in back, but don't tell me, self.
Okay, so nice gifts today for inside this bag. Nice gifts. So I'll let you choose just one. Just one.
Hope I don't stay long, please, I beg.
No, we need to take your time.
On the go, yeah, big, yeah?
Okay, we need to take your time. Just watch.
You are going to sell bread?
You don't like the gift? No, so they know you as a comedian. So today we want to know you as a bestseller. How you sell to the public? Quick. Okay, come on, let's go. Richie, I hope this is a hello.
How much do you want? Bread nothing. No one nothing there. Bread. Sansayon, bread. Hey. Bread. Who that wants? Why don't pass another go here again? I just come on a bakery. Bread. Sisi. The bread oh. Bread. Yes. Hey. How much you want? Which one we want? Wait, look how up in all side. No, while the breeze can blow all, look how up all side you. Oh, no, that's 3,000. Now you will have enough for you. See, huh? No, nobody going. No, not only you pick for yourself. How you can pick for? Now be any soon at church. I don't know scatter my kids. I just come on a do. I just come out for Canada. No, they are big. Yeah. Don't get none by other. This is short soup. Bread. Hot bread. You want bread? Eh? You call? Who's what? Oh, machine bread already. Mayonnaise day. He called me there once again. Mine is on. Mine is on. Assuming you're there. I'm going to shoot me back 1,000. Shoot me back 1,000. Hey, I just come on avec lui.
Oh my, sure say that bread, my news go funny side. Which I don't have my news for people.
Well, I do work.
Now give it.
No, now 1,000 bread, 1,000 bread, 1,000 mayonnaise. No cry.
You know what's my name, so Richie?
1,000.
Well, you're going to sell unique.
We don't have plastic. Enough fresh bread, enough na bakery.
1,000
mayonnaise. Purpose you want to go na the tell you back.
You know what
I sell they sell it. But not to follow you, na the Yakba people. Hey, no come get up your people na makina ya. Safu. Now look this one.
You make a problem with the sell Pacific. But it's like saying that.
Hey, waiting concern me now. Now you don't let the way and pick 10 and small one don't go. I don't pick you away. Now me the maker.
Oh, no, how are you talking here in the customer with the bike?
You know like her?
What's enough? Strong.
Hey! No next time no can touch me market they left out. Now I can they go for people market they go and touch. If like you dey bad they go and touch you go glad. Yeah.
Oh, they are going to sell clothes.
Now this na afternoon, let me say na they even 10. I for don't na bembela answer you fine one. Weird. Weird.
Okay, Richie. I never know since I say service every though. Okay, so I guess short questions for you. Now, why don't you tell me the difference between you being a comedian and for celebrate?
I can say that na two different life.
All right.
Two different life, totally different life. To be honest with you, people who they celebrate, they get a lot of embarrassments.
Yeah.
You get some people that they meet up, they see they like, yeah, me say I can buy bread on the way sometimes. I will see you like either you want to cheat me, or if it's guy for please me, like say, I take and say, this, you know, I make profit in life. You understand? I say I come across one, pass away. Even no say I shoot me.
Exactly.
It make me palaver all. So it cost me say I do laugh.
I want you pull phone. Just make a laugh and the fans are out there. I mean the laugh. Say the laugh go over. So I want you pull phone for me.
Well, I don't go pull phone. I will just ask na reality question or ask. Left to the knife they laugh.
All right. Even me, I listen.
Yes. I don't want to know who that come about with that system say anytime man go inside motoka. He meets woman the way Sabian. Now the man they pay for the woman for candle. Why?
Oh, welcome back. I always tell every week send us on my fault. Today on Mrs. Colin fault. Now he said my favorite celebrity for go do that. Don't tell me I had no idea. I am so innocent. It's all her fault. Anyways, Nallah, welcome back to Real Talk with Aline TV show. If you just walked in today, we're talking about autism. Autism, they affect we picking them home and abroad. It's not even a Sierra Leone thing, because now the other thing they're facing a saloon problem. No, it's a saloon problem. It's all over the world. However, she has a 9-year-old, and now she's just last year I think you launched your organization Puzzle Pieces, where you want for if you talk just now, so you want for raise awareness to Sierra Leoneans, you know, because if you're not being taught, but cool people don't be know. It could be the talk about Brown Pen, and I think another school.
Brightest Beginnings.
Brightest Beginning, you know, because the stigma, like you say earlier, now the other thing that make parents not they talk. They rather keep them picking in our house, and for the parents who don't understand, repeating, picking things, saying that picking on one land, and picking this, all them things, and they, of course you picking all lefu, no to aflan, not full. It's not gettable, and it's not spiritual, because now the other major thing that affect Africans, I wouldn't even say Syrians, Africans, you know, and it's not your fault, you know, it's not a thing where we say, oh, I did this or not, because with Nallah, I mean, you're not drinking all this smoke, you know, and you're not able to say something that because maybe I've been tasted that weed did and then they happen and things like that, and it's not even an age thing as well. Because growing up, I'll go lie, with my background, it was more like after you pass a certain age as well, where you born picking, there's a high possibility. But you were young. Yeah. So Boku thing there around you where, you know, like you say, it's almost unbelievable because there were no reasons for it. And in the beginning, you had no signs, no symptoms until, you know, he was 1. From now on, you decide for push them, support them, and everything else. What I'm going to say is the fact that Sierra Leoneans don't have all that opportunity. But then there's puzzle pieces. You know, she's the founder, her and her husband, where they don't have a raise awareness. So far, from we on our launch to now, do you feel like you're making a difference?
I feel so. I believe I have. First of all, before we even launch SAFE, where I do the blog, like I used to say, a lot of people, they reach out to me, and Nallah, you brave, you know, I have a child, Sunday Europe, Sunday UK, Sunday America, so even this salon, you know, where they say, myself, you know, why they read you blog, it's all like na me you write about,
right?
You know, or oh, myself they go through a similar situation. I even get somebody in a UK where I relocate can salon and where you about me boy in school. They talk to the director now for see if he can put in picking.
Oh, wow.
So I think it's helped a little bit. We organization, when we do the launching, we raised 100 million.
Oh, really?
Yes. And we reach out to the 2 schools that are Freetown, where they support autistic children. One needed a playground and some tablets them, because some of these kids too, then they learn visually. You know, pictures, where they look pictures or videos, they learn. There's different ways to learn.
Yeah.
You know, and then one be need like vehicle, because then they transport the severe picking there, you know, put in a bike, you know, put in a keke, you know, some of them get behavior issues, you know. So, and then we want some tablets as well. So happy for reports say, based on the funds we raise, we're able to deliver 1 playground and 10 tablets to one of the schools. We'll not be able to give the other school the car, because we not raise as much, and we're not going to give them second-hand car we get for the broke down panel. So we just do tablets for them as well. So I think we are making an impact. We're a very young organization, and this year, since beginning of this year, we're not able to do much because of the social distancing and COVID and all the plans we'll get. But in the future, we plan for see how we can raise more funds, not only locally but internationally, for see how we can support the schools them with there. And I think the primary thing we want to do is try to see if we can fly in some specialists. We can announce on radio, like if you suspect, say you pick in the, you know, they get difficulty in a school, they get speech issues, then we'll evaluate the picking them. Then we want to let them work with the schools and for train the teachers them, because then specialists here, they're not to salon then they and get for go back.
Yes.
So for train the teachers them, then periodically they check in how the picking and they do, how the teacher then they do, you know, on their goals them. And, you know, so that's what we really want to do long term.
Right, I'm happy you mentioned the radio, because the next question was going to be, you know, writing your blog with social media. I always tell people Sierra Leone is not social. Facebook is not Sierra Leone. You know, Sierra Leone is bigger than that. So I would say not only we, fortunate for maybe read Denton Yasso and know about puzzle pieces, the masses, the one that we really they suffer, the one that we really probably not educated enough for know. You know, some not know, they don't know. You know, some just really believe what they believe, and some really, I'm pretty sure they just sit them like, why me as well? But they don't know how to go about it. How are you trying to get to the locals, meaning, you know, the masses and all of Sierra Leone?
Well,
because it's not a Freetown problem, it's a salon problem.
Yeah, not salon problem. Like I said, because we knew for now, and we only aware of 2 schools that inside Freetown.
Okay.
But again, we plan for reach out to other organizations. Long term, hopefully, we will able to go in different communities there. I know the lady Mary plenty way get brown pen. In they will go into the different communities them for talk to parents.
Nice.
But in self limited, in school don't full. You know, so then self young goals now for build more schools. You know, and we self long term, hopefully if we're able to build more schools, we're able to forget specialists them, or forget teachers them. Because another big issue too, you can identify them, but how you just support the Pekin? Colleges and universities now Freetown now they offer special needs education, whereas abroad then they do them.
Yes.
So you go school, you learn for them, So you able give the picking the support where he need. So one advocate as well with government, make the try for see if there courses then they even I like now, a short-term course or diploma course them or certificates where the teacher themselves now the school as they notice a picking, get certain symptoms, then go able to identify and see how they can evaluate them pickia and see what kind of programs and plans they can put in place for them. So not a small work we get. We know so we get big work. We're just getting started and we hope with God's help we go able to reach, like how you say, the mass system.
Yeah, because now they really need for because now they suffer a lot.
Yeah.
And I think you mentioned Mary Plenty, I think about a year or two ago she reached out for talk to the celebs them and for just raise awareness where I think that it was kick autism out of Sierra Leone and things like that. We self do we own part. Unfortunately, we go to launching. But now from then, instead of come and say, I want to come to Sierra Leone. My child is autistic. We have to do something about it. Yeah. And I noticed the collaboration with you guys because, of course, I was at your launch and they were there and they're doing all of these things. So I think, say, governments now, they tell me this for really, really pay attention, because I'm not gonna say people ain't go something go kill them Pekin or in other words, but then one way they say they go left on a bush, and you don't know what's happened to the Pekin because it happened. Let we not shy away from that. They actually say okay, let's go left and back, let's return back to the devil and stuff. So in other words, they kill you Pekin because you don't know. So government really need for come and intervene and help, families like her family and other people who are doing something about autism. Now, okay, let's go back to the family a little bit. Now you have your daughter. She's very beautiful, Imani. The Mami, and I can call you Mami. That's another thing, dealing with siblings. Does Imani know what's going on right now with Mahmoud?
I don't think so.
Okay.
One, maybe because he's younger. But one of the big benefits with having Imani, he make Mahmoud they talk more.
I go believe.
Because
I go believe.
He Hamburg brother. Mahmoud na a very quiet person. He go in a corner. They play by himself. When he see man, he go jog something. And Mahmoud they say, "Man, stop it!" And he gets so much patience with the money, But we find since she don't himself not toddler now, he Hamburg brother quite a bit, and he challenge him. So we found with Imani being around, Mahmoud's speech don't improve. But I don't think he get his sense yet. And we know they treat Mahmoud, although we know say Mahmoud get autism, they push Mahmoud like a normal child.
Which is good.
And not they use in disability for say, oh, not do this because he got autism, oh, not do this because... We they try. If he gets them perfect, Mahmoud they swim, he they read, he they write, he they wash himself. The other day, they tell me say, no, I'm in Aniwasa again.
Really?
Yes. So they tell us, okay, well, we begin wash perfect. The nanny just did it now for guide you. So he's becoming more independent. He now say for we ready for go school, for getting bag, pencil case, he do homework, he take lessons. So he's getting more and more independent. But I don't think we don't go around walking around and saying, oh, you have autism. So Imani, I don't think understands just yet. That Mahmoud has some challenges. Okay. The only thing way I go say on is that when it comes to food, he quick for say, no, Mahmoud doesn't like that. He's not gonna eat that. Or
so that means say no, and no say brother, picky. Then you're not gonna do disability.
Yes.
Some of us are just picky
say,
like
no, he doesn't like to eat that, or want that. Or he can't tell me, Mommy, Mahmoud refused to try this because we can always try something. Then if you know want and then we not the force them. But now you go quickly brother and complain. No, Mommy, Mahmoud refused to try this, or Mahmoud refused to do this.
And you weren't scared at some point, thinking after Mahmoud, it's normal to to say, oh, now you of course you try to forget a second Pekin, and praying the child was normal.
I was terrified. I'm not gonna lie, I've been afraid. And like I say, where I born my daughter, we can't do vaccines back. I had a discussion with a doctor and pediatrician. I space out my daughter and vaccines them because I tell my doctor, I say, nobody can tell me why my son got autism. I don't know what thing cause him. I know he abandoned. I know we take care of him. So the only thing I've been think of was something that the vaccine reacts Panam because we not get a history of him. So I was terrified. When it comes to my daughter, I was extra careful about, even during the pregnancy, what they eat, how they behave, less stress, you know, try not for stress as much, because also stress can affect pregnancies, you know, and all that. And also, even after I born myself, I was a little bit cautious about, you know, they look at the signs them. But autism, the fact is, it's more common in boys. You see, I don't know for Salon, because they're not they test as much, or people are not they talk as much, you know, they know the facts. But in America, autism, there's it's more common in boys for making them get than in girls. Number one. And then 1 in 54 children in the US are diagnosed with autism.
So
1 in 54. Yes.
And Sierra Leone, of course, we don't.
Salon, we don't know the statistics, because not all man they talk about some people and get they know, but they know they talk about
Exactly.
you know, and they know they do diagnosis now, so you don't really know the numbers here in Sierra Leone. But I was very scared with my daughter.
And thank God.
And thank God.
A big like fly. But anyways, we're almost at the end of the show. I'll be back though with Nallah Cole.
Let's watch the Real Talk with Aline TV show by our very own daughter of Sierra Leone, Aline Kistar.
Welcome back to Real Talk with Aline TV show. Every week you can catch us on AYV TV, FTN, AfriRadio, and 98.1. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Real Talk with Aline. On social media, it's Real Talk with Aline. If you're an Android user, make sure you download my app, Real Talk with Aline. If you just walked in, today we're talking about autism, and I have Mrs. Nallah Cole here, who has a son who's autistic. You know, that's what Real Talk does. You know, they bring people them with issues that where we know say they on the rise, for me they can talk to the parents that we don't understand where they go on. And of course they have a foundation now, puzzle pieces, a small foundation they come up, but so far then they try for help the schools them. So far, like you say, with Freetown, you're aware of 2 schools. Hopefully, you know, more people then go come and then get more schools and things like that. You know, the districts that we don't really know what's up, but then they small, they said they try for reach out to everybody, because autism, you know, now disability, and at the end of the day, it happened with we sister and brother and picking them, but we don't know. You know, solar break and down again if you just sky inside. Now, you know, you go here, you say, oh, this picking full a flown, the other major word, or you get there. It's none of that. And another thing, major, it's not spiritual. Not so village people that attack you at all. However, you know, like for Ion's situation, it's still not able to explain what happened, because she was doing everything right. And after a year, right?
A year and a half.
A year and a half. Now, you know, find out because in
Peking,
begin see signs, because in Peking be normal. You do everything as a child, so you're not gonna know right away where you born am. I guess eventually, as time goes, you know, the signs all go come out now. Though Mahmoud is mild moderate, so definitely they talk fine. You know, it gets, you know, disability here and there, but however, the thing we're glad for, you need to treat them special. No. In other words, for making aware, say, you know, I'm autistic. You know, they treat them as a normal child, and I think that's another thing, because even with siblings, forget about autism. You know, if one person do passing company, the comparison and things like that, but you're not the expert on that. Even though I have a background and I worked with autistic kids for years, all through my college years, you know, group home, you know how it is. But now you're not the expertise on that. But I ask this other thing. Autistic picking them, you know, thinking sick all the time, or most of them are just normal. I mean, like Mahmoud's on medication for any reason?
Well, it depends.
Okay.
Where you don't see one picking with autism, you don't see one picking with autism.
Okay.
They're all different.
Okay.
Me not give me picking medication. Me bobo no hyper. Although some doctors then go push for like you bobo medication, or you picking their medication. Mahmoud not ever they on any type of special needs medication. Waiting it can get issues with now focus. You're not able to focus on something for a long time.
Okay.
But waiting the specialists they don't tell me for do, even within schoolwork, after 30 minutes, 45 minutes, then they get a break. You can go work and do. Not a long break.
But
5-10 minutes, make it unwind, then it come back. You know, because if you not do that, then you go continue for the repeat something over and over. It don't tune you out. You know they listen self what you they talk. So then they give you different techniques then. But you get some picking and they were severe. You get some picking their way, get behavior problems them. You know, they're not mean for, but that's just how they are.
When you say behavior problems for somebody who they watch the layman, we're not going to understand. What are some of the behavioral problems?
So, me don't go therapy with me, bobo. We one bobo, they hot himself. It they knocky it in a wall. It they drool, it they wear bib. It been big past me, bobo, at the time. At the time, my son was 4. It been 7. They use diapers still. So, like I say, autism na spectrum. You know, you get different cases them, you get different scenarios them. You get some where they wander, like then they work out, then they lost. Some they didn't have school, if possible not they pay attention to them, they left the school campus, they work go. So they all get different, you know, behaviors, different characteristics. So it depends on you picking, and it depends what in the specialist they recommend. For me, the only reasons if we make them one give Mahmoud medication now for help and for focus, but an option. It wasn't. Oh, you have to do it. So my son has never been on any medication. Now just therapy, coping. They talk to him, and then they go repeat the same thing over and over several times. But I not put them on medication. But there are some children who are on medication.
Okay, so it's different.
It's different.
So
it
clearly
depends
it's different.
on case by case basis. You know, the only advice I can give to a parent, you got to do what work best for your own picking. You know, based on what then they talk. You self sabi your own picking too. You know, because some of them medication then get side effects. You don't know how it go react to the picking. You don't know if it go all time personality, if it go change some kids so hyper that way then give them medication and they super calm. Like then just sit down and place no more. You know, and they're not the beat themselves.
And I think with all the medication, it just make them worse. Because
Some
they
of
don't
them.
get used to it and they're not able to bounce back.
Exactly. So I know they say medication bad, but you just have to know what works best for your child and within, you know, the specialist and the recommend.
And definitely with women small, I know the medication not they make it well. Because I'm saying some people could feel say, well, if you're taking medication, it go snap out of them.
Yeah.
I think with autism, if you're autistic, you're autistic.
You're autistic. Now for help calm you down or control your behavior, you know, to the way how, you know, at least we in a environment with sometimes you in class, then classmates them or other people them that they, you know, that they're not doing, you know, something out of the ordinary. Okay. You know.
All right. So you begin with trying to advise family, because I just want to say, for somebody out there, you know, we don't watch this now, we happen to forget an autistic picking, or maybe they suspect. What would you tell them, you know, what would you tell them what to do and what not to do? You know, like say, oh man, different. One major part where you talk already is, you know, you're picking better. You understand? So what are some of the, you know, things that more where you can advise family, parents, community? Because that's another thing. It's not even about the home. I think, say, wait to make some parents and they keep them picking in the house and back. Laugh, the stigma for say, oh, you got Chris man picking or whatever situation, oh, you picking this and that and the other, and the other thing and this. So even if you don't have an autistic child, you know, this should go for them as well. So what would you say to them?
Me, I would say acceptance and inclusion. Okay. And be kind. You don't know what to make somebody they work a certain way. You don't know what to make somebody they talk a certain way. You don't know if an accident. Anything can happen. You know, humans, we just need to be kind and stop being judgmental. And then within your own family and even the communities. Like me personally, my own family was very supportive. You know, they have not be understand what they go on. But when they see that now they know how to talk to Mahmoud, they know what he like. They know, they're not afraid for left me picking hands or my sister or my mother-in-law or me, you know, papa, because they know Mahmoud has a, you know, learning difficulty. Sometimes they then go repeat something several times. Mahmoud in first of all movies. He go watch the movie same over and over and over with the gains. One of his favorite, anybody who know Mahmoud know say, Chop My Money was his favorite
Yes, we all
song.
know that.
If you go party, DJ play Chop My Money, well, problem done did it for me. Because the DJ, he go let the DJ play and say the party done. And before he begin talk fine, he go just get melt down. He be they cry. What's this about they cry for? We all know the song we done, then play all that song. Now I make, you know, but now we self done, they tell him, like, before, if I go and I say, Mahmoud, you know, so then they go play music. 100 cents today, other people in there. So it don't begin get more mature now, it don't begin get more sense and all that. I can say if you are listening back, who go now?
Oh, so you go playing for
you
him.
play all you want, you know. Or sometimes I can just get a headphone and say, me, I don't tell, I know how to reach up my money again. If you are listener, you listener, who don't tell, right? Oh, we can tell her, they also the teacher and say, move on. It's okay to move on, you know. And now just transition techniques them, you know. Then are people away, you get forget a routine. Anytime you throw it off a routine, it can affect them. So anytime we they do something out of a routine, I cannot prepare them.
Okay.
You know, Mama, today, now this we they do. Or we'll go here, now this we they do. We they only do this for an hour. And before the time they don't say, I can say, it's almost time. It's almost time. But before we, you know, when they speak properly, it could get melt down. If okay, I'm going to favorite place for players, okay, time to go. You know, just they go roots and they accommodate. You know, I cannot begin to get a heads up. So I don't begin the program and I it's okay, we're about to go soon, Okay. Instead of something they can say, Mommy, 5 more minutes or 10 more minutes. You know,
wow,
but
so
all that they back myself not be no in the beginning.
Okay.
Now through talking with teachers, through talking with therapists, I they observe what in the therapists that they do it and they ask questions. And teach me some of them kind here. So when myself begin apply and I saw major difference.
Major difference.
Yeah.
So I think you know, now I don't talk to her, you know, acceptance, you know, and then the community, you know, not judge person major because you really don't know what's going on with that person. So for now, is there a particular place anybody can go? Like right now, if somebody's watching and wants to be a part of, well, Brown Penny said don't foot up already. But
well,
do you have a special hotline or?
I'm not going to speak for them. I know, like, if you concern or you suspect something, the two people that we may go suggest, and maybe they have more resources. Now, Brightest Beginnings School.
Okay, Brightest Beginnings. What's like Brightest Beginnings?
They Woodland Estates around Congo Cross.
Okay.
And then Brown Penn Special Needs School.
Okay.
So again, I know at one time they were full, but it can be something and open
they
another location.
Hopefully, okay.
Yes, and with there, I know Brown Penn specialists that can come up from the UK for do evaluations.
Okay.
Now I know say COVID don't boku things, but you can still reach out and see when next something and they come and can evaluate you picking. And also Brightest Beginnings, then they work with a school in Maryland, where also somebody becomes who become trained in teachers.
Okay.
So I know say sometimes then self get resources, or if sometimes they're not able to help you self, sometimes then specialists then they come and can guide you on waiting for do, or sometimes you can enroll if you can in school. But they work with Brightest Beginnings. Now them is Sunday go. They work with Mahmoud based on own pace. Me Sunday class 4, but there's some school work where they do class 3 level.
Okay.
Like this year, this term, we've been supposed to start math, for example, division. But it's still not master multiplication yet. So I did talk to the principal. So now they do multiplication first because you know it's the reverse.
Right.
Now they do multiplication, they get them before then go. So then they work with the parent based on the child in pace. That's what I like. It's called individual educational learning. Now how the picking they go, not so because they class for power pie for do division. You know, if you're not master and if you don't have the foundation, as you just pack subjects or topics, they're not going to get them. So I like that about that school.
Okay, so Brightest Beginnings and Brown Penn.
Specials.
So far now the only two we know of. Of course, if there's a lot more, you can reach out to me as well. I'll go send all the information on my social media page. And then if, you know, like you say, if other school than they or other ways than they, you know, I can also relate them to the public as well. Thank you so much, Nallah. It was really brave of you. Even when I read the blog, I was like, oh wow. I mean, we knew because of the relationship, but then, you know, that did good because you help a lot of parents. No one was talking at all. No one. Oh man, just, well, I'm not gonna blame them, like you said, the stigma and all those problems, but you kind of set the pace. And I see what you're doing with puzzle pieces. Congratulations. At the same time, thank you.
Thank you.
You know, I saw the playground, of course, the tablet, and hopefully at the person, you know, get more money for buy the motorcar. Because they need it, like you said, for the severe cases. You know, go put in Okada or Keke, you know, because then another whole problem, all man go to watch and then, you know, so good luck with everything.
Thank you.
You know, say hello to Mahmoud. And my girl, Imani.
I will.
You know, I ain't the mommy, don't take that to me. But nobody leaves my side without getting a really, really nice, cool gift from me to you with
Thank
love.
you so much. Thanks for having
so
me.
welcome.
You know, I'm proud of you.
Thank
Good luck with your
you.
show too.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate it.
All right, you're welcome. Hi, Brian, Mr. Cole. You didn't even give a shout out to him.